What I want to talk about today is something called pressure. You might have heard of it or you might be familiar with it. Now, the point is that when you are running a business, there's always a pressure, right? Pressure could be from the growth of the business or the lack of growth in the business. Now, most of my clients, they feel pressure because their business is growing, it's moving forward, and therefore they can feel the strain in their team management side of things, sales, marketing, planning, you name it, okay? So recently, last week, some of my clients actually verbalized it, and they're like, "Shweta, I'm feeling the pressure because it's the quarter end, it's the March, right?" So I'm like, that's good, that's really good. That was my instant response. That's really good that you're feeling the pressure. Because pressure always exists, but how you deal with the pressure is the key distinction that one needs to make. And what I did was I shared with them this model because that helped them understand why there is pressure and therefore also gave them a perspective of how they need to deal with that pressure, okay? And I'm really hoping it will help you as well. You might be familiar with this, but let's just pay attention to this once again, understand the fundamentals. Now, in business, or in life, if you think about it, there's something called unconscious incompetence. It's like a 4-year-old kid might not know that he or she does not know how to drive a car, right? So unconscious about it and unconscious about the fact that the person is incompetent in driving a car. Then as the kid starts growing, you realize that there is this conscious incompetence, right? The kid understands, say 12-year-old or 11-year-old wants to actually drive that car because the person knows is not allowed to drive a car and does not know how to drive the car. Now, at the right age then, this person starts learning how to drive the car. And think of your days when you started learning how to drive that car. You know, you're so conscious of everything, every movement on the road, that holding on to the gear, it's like changing the accelerating, changing the gear. It's like, you know, if you're every maneuver, the slight maneuver looks so strainful and magnified, and you're present in that moment, right? And you can feel the pressure, the strain in your body. By the time you finish, you're like, oh, thank God that drive was finished. And now think about it when you are so comfortable driving. You could listen to the music, you could change the channels, you know, you could look around comfortably, maybe reach out to your coffee mug. You can do things because there is this unconscious competence which is sitting there. Now let's bring that analogy to the business, right? So when business owners are working on their business, take an example, when my client is working with me, clearly they are not in this zone, though there are a lot of business owners out there who are in a state of denial. They don't even know that they are incompetent in many areas and they're totally unconscious of it, right? Sometimes a blissful state, but not really a good situation for the business. Once the client is in this zone where they understand that there is the next level for them and they don't know everything, they want to become better in lots of areas like, as I said, sales, marketing, team, systemization, planning, finance, you name it, they are humble enough to say, I need to learn here. This is where, for example, I come into the picture, my team comes into the picture. Now when the client is actually working on that area, this is where they are. This is the muscle that they are actually building. Consciously, they're becoming competent. But think about the strain that you felt when you were learning to drive that car. It's the same scenario. You're conscious of everything. You're testing and measuring, you're applying different things, the business is growing, which strategy will work, will not work, the team is expanding, and therefore you feel that growing pain in your business. Now, it's very easy to kind of say, oh, it's too much. But again, I'm very lucky to have clients who are absolutely willing people who want to see through it and want to have breakthroughs in their business. And I think enjoy pressure to a large extent because they know that it's a pressure of the growth. It's taking them to the next level. And then they reach here, which is beautiful. Unconsciously, they are becoming competent in lots of areas. Things which were difficult become easier for them, become very natural, second nature. And then once again, I'm coming into this picture. By the way, even this picture is where we are working with a client, but this is where, again, what we say is that, come on, let's redefine your next level. Let's redefine what are the next areas where you know you're not still there, and it will help you achieve even more, become even better. What is that next level? And therefore, the business owner consciously defines the next level of incompetence, works on it, comes to this level, and therefore it's a constant cycle. And that's what superachievers do. They don't just reach here and say, yeah, I'm done. There's always the next question saying, what's next? What's my next level of competence which I need to build? And therefore, what I want you to understand is that if you're too comfortable in your business, either you are here or you are here. And for me, they are danger zones. Where you need to be, the areas that you need to be are these and these. And if you are in these two areas of growth, then the pressure is bound to happen. But how you deal with that pressure is the distinction between average people and superachievers.